What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Jump Dropper Sports. I'm your host, Shanti Stewart, and today we're talking about what just happened in the South Carolina Gamecocks beating the UConn Huskies to advance to the national championship, winning this game 62-48. I'm going to make this quick because I got to get ready to go to work here in a little bit. But here's the thing. South Carolina won this game doing what they did all year, playing great defense, forcing turnovers, making life tough for a UConn team who hadn't seen a defense this good all year. Now, I'll say this speaks to what UConn didn't face the entirety of the season. You didn't play any of the top teams. There was no Texas. There was no UCLA. There was no South Carolina for the first time in a decade on your schedule in the regular season. That played a huge part because you play in a conference that we all know. We don't have to question what that conference is. It isn't anything worth noting. There isn't any other team that's a contender in that conference. It's the UConn Invitational each and every season. South Carolina, on the other hand, plays in the SEC. UCLA plays in the Big Ten. Texas also plays in the SEC. We battle all year round, and I thought I saw that play a huge part in how this game just went down. You talk about teams that battle with each other all year round. There is no such thing as a matchup that's too tough. There isn't no such thing as a matchup that's too physical. You know what I'm saying? Per Gino Auriemma. And I think that the credit has to be given to the fact that this South Carolina team, when they faced their losses and they faced their challenges, they were able to bounce back. Speaks to a lot to some of the girls that were added to this roster that really helped make this team what it is. Agat McKeer, one of the best young freshmen in the nation, plays with no fear. You wouldn't think this is one of the younger players on the court when you see her going up against Azzy Fudd and Sarah Strong. You know what I'm saying? Going in, picking pockets, playing great defense, and fearlessness and shooting the three ball. Had a huge 3-pointer at the end of the first quarter that tied that game. After round one, and you started to see her also get going in transition as well, playing great defense. Taniyah Ladson. These are the games that Taniyah Ladson came to South Carolina to play. And this was a performance that was fitting of a girl that wanted to be on this stage. You talk about what she did in that first quarter, helping stabilize us, helping us get going early on. Her defense. This is why she came here. You talk about what she was before at Florida State, averaging 25 points a game, leading the NCAA in D1 women in scoring last year. But she came to South Carolina to learn how to play the other side of the ball, to learn how to be a complete player. And kudos to Don Staley and what they do as a staff. This is what they do. They force you to play both ends of the ball in order to be able to be on the court for 40 minutes for her team. But credit to Taniyah Ladson for buying in, never wavering on why she came and what this was going to lead to, and the teachings that were being given to her. You saw it all pay off in a game like this tonight. Also, give credit to girls like Joyce Edwards in a game where, here's the thing, Joyce Edwards has been consistently criticized for how she doesn't play great against other great competition at her position and other great teams in general. This was a game where I'm not gonna say she took anything personally. I think these girls go out here and they do the work each and every day, and they prepare themselves to play in games like these. I don't believe it's anything personal, but the way she stepped up to the plate against Sarah Strong, who I believe, and y'all in this notated, I believe Sarah Strong is one of the best, if not, she's gonna be a bona fide number one overall pick and a chance to be one of the best players we've seen play this game at the woman, on the women's side of things. I call her Baby Joker myself. You know what I'm saying? Watching her take it to her in the paint, not playing small at all, not relying on finesse, not relying on any of that. Just going straight up into the body and going and finishing around the rim. That was huge. Again, South Carolina and what they were able to do tonight again speaks to what they've been all year. Speaks to what Don's program has been about. Now, Mr. Auriemma, this was, boy, for a guy that's as decorated as he is, one of the most decorated coaches outside of John Wooden. He has no peer when it comes down to what he's done and what he's accomplished in the space. I mean, you went out like a sucker, a Tootsie Pop, a Dum Dum sucker. I mean, I can't believe a guy that is as accomplished as he is cried and lied on national television. I've watched UConn this year. I watched them in the tournament, matter of fact. I don't believe they play great defense. I believe they hound you and they hack. I believe the referees swallowed the whistle because they've earned that. They've gotten that. They've earned that whistle to this point. But they've been damn near dictators of the sport for 30 years. Nobody's calling it the right way in my book against them. And to get on there and cry in the mid-game interview, I mean, cry and lie. They're beating up our girls. I got a player with a ripped jersey, even though we caught you on camera. We seen you, boy. Yeah, 4K. You don't know they got cameras all around this building? You don't know we seen her rip that shirt herself? And it's fitting. It's very fitting that Sarah Strong in the replacement jersey put on number 55. Because that's the win your ass did not get. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a cowardice way to go out. A very cowardice way to go out. Not respectable at all. For a guy whose career is as decorated as it is, this is a stain. And maybe it's me being the emotion because the game just happened. And I don't know how this may play out in the coming days, in the coming weeks, in the coming months, and how we may all feel about it. That's some sucker shit. Straight up. Ain't nothing. And then to run up on Don after the game. Dog, who you bucking at? Like, just straight up. The reason why it's unbecoming of a competitor because all the crying. Azzy Fudd didn't play well. Sarah Strong didn't play well. Maybe, for example, Azzy Fudd, right? The girl who we're talking about being the number one pick, maybe if she could score off the dribble, maybe that would have helped y'all out. There are real questions about her and her game moving forward that I think really have to be answered. And I'm in the immediacy of this loss, in the immediacy of this game, I don't believe you can take Azzy for a number one overall. That's the number one overall pick to y'all? Not to me. If it requires somebody else to be there to initiate the offense in order for you to be effective, and the only way you can take and make your threes is off of set plays, and you can't give me anything else, then I don't know what your value is. Your value isn't what we thought it was coming into this. And you can say, oh, it was South Carolina's defense. Y'all UConn. What that mean? Y'all was undefeated. 54 wins in a row. What that mean? But what it means to me is that you didn't see suitable competition all season. And you ran up on a team that's been battle tested. Two of our losses are to another team in the Final Four right now. And we're the last two number one seeds. We were the lowest ranked number one seeds, 3 and 4, us in Texas. So talk about that. Talk about that. Let's talk all about it. Let's talk all about it. And this video doesn't have any real structure because I'm just ranting and raving. Because I got to because it's my university, it's my school. We don't talk college basketball much, but I gotta say this one thing, and then we're gonna get up out, and I'm gonna get up on out of here. When we talk about the number one seeds and how that shook out, UConn should have never been the number one seed, number one overall seed. That should have gone to UCLA because UCLA plays in a conference that is battle tested. They play real comp, and they left out of that conference with one loss. South Carolina being the 4th seed, perfectly fine. That's where we earn. That's what we earn. UConn should have been the number 2. Texas still stays the number 3. But again, that's all I got to say on the matter. Shout out to the South Carolina Gamecocks. Shout out to Don Staley for moving with integrity. You know what I'm saying? Moving with a ferocity and a competitiveness to get it back. It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. I'm your host, Shanti Stewart. This has been Jim Dropper Sports, and I'm out.